Welcome to PRIMEVISION News with myself, Lira Begad.
And Hakam Mahmood. Our top stories today are: Bin Laden calls upon young British Muslims to rise up for jihad.
West Ham has been relegated 3 leagues down due to the FA verdict.
Schools commence anti-bullying policies in London.
Now, we have recently received a video footage of the most wanted man in the world. Osama bin Laden has just released another video containing a strong message for young British Muslims. He calls upon young Muslims of Britain to rise up for what he calls to be jihad. He is trying to reach out to the Muslim youth and earn their support towards his vision of justice and holy war. We will now see the video footage.
My dear kinfolk of Islam, the time has come. I am old and weary, so I call upon those of the young. I call upon each and every one of you. O young Muslims of the West, how longer will you sit and watch? Soldiers occupy our land, bombard our cities, murder our brothers and sisters, and massacre our young ones. A true Muslim will not stand by and allow these atrocities to occur. So I call upon you to rise. Rise up for jihad. Rise up for jihad in the name of God.
That was what Bin Laden had to say. To find out how this news is affecting the young generation, we have sent a reporter to Eastbury Comprehensive School in Barking, an area under the influence of BNP, but withholding a very multicultural population, to question a few people to see their opinion of the ongoing.
Amongst them are their youth population. To find out their viewpoint, I've interviewed a couple of students about the recent happenings where Bin Laden has asked young Muslims to rise up for holy war.
Well, I feel kind of insecure. I didn't really like what happened on 7/7 and 9/11. There's one man saying these things should happen, and I don't think that's right. I don't really want it happening again.
How do the young Muslim students at your school feel right now? Are they scared too?
I think the Muslim people at the school are scared as well, too, because there are Muslim people that have died before, during the bombings.
Well, what about those Muslims who are just like me and you, but decide to follow Bin Laden and take part in the suicide bombings and a mass homicide?
Well, those people, no, that's them, innit? Like, nobody turns on the TV and start watching, listening to whatever Bin Laden says. From what I think, we should all just get on our lives in a peaceful manner and don't listen to Bin Laden.
Live in peace, that's what we want, but is that what we'll get? This is Paulina Gola reporting for PRIMEVISION News at Eastbury Comprehensive School, Barking.
To state your opinion, visit our website, www.primevision.org.
Thank you. That was Pauline Diane with her report. Now, in the video, we saw Bin Laden directly speaking to the young Muslims of Britain. Thus, the question arises, how will the Muslim youth respond to this request for support?
Well, he mentioned the word jihad, which is something to do with holy war, or is it? Today we have here in the studio Ghulam Chowdhury, senior representative of the British Muslim Organisation. Thank you, Mr. Chowdhury, for coming along.
Thank you for inviting me.
Mr. Chowdhury, you being the voice of British Muslims, what would you say about Bin Laden and recent happenings? What is the Muslim community response?
Well, the Muslim community completely disapprove of Bin Laden, as Islam does not approve of the killing of innocent people. Jihad is not about holy war. It is when Muslims unite in their struggle, which can be war, poverty or oppression and such.
Well, there are claims that Muslims regard Bin Laden as a hero and as a warrior of God. What do you have to say about that?
Well, Bin Laden is no warrior of God. And far as we all know, Bin Laden might be regarded as a hero because he left his home country, Saudi Arabia, left his family and traveled to neighboring country, Afghanistan, to fight alongside the Afghan Muslims to help them free their land of the oppressive Soviet occupiers.
Okay, from what we have seen in the video, well, would you say young Muslims are being stimulated by Bin Laden?
Definitely not. Bin Laden, there are some people who are misled by his religious propaganda, but as a whole, the Muslim community disapprove of Bin Laden, and the youths regard him as a madman who they criticize.
Well, there we have it. Thank you, Ghulam Chowdhury, for joining us. Yuri.
Now we turn to bullying. This is a major issue affecting the lives of many children across Britain, bullying in schools has led to suicide, murder and other disasters. To tackle this problem, schools in London boroughs have introduced new regulations.